Enter the crib. Your strike back sit rep starts in 3, 2, 1. Wait, do we go on 0?
Welcome back, Meavers. It's been a while. Sorry for the delay. We had actually recorded a podcast to come out talking just sort of about all the random things we were watching, and then I injured my back and have basically been, it's been a mess. So we're skipping straight to Warriors, which we're most excited about anyways. So welcome back to the Sit Rep. I'm Kelsey.
And I'm Deb.
And as I said, we are going to talk about Warriors.
Woo! Finally, season 2. It's been so long.
It has. It has been so long, and we are so excited. We do have 2 interviews lined up already. We are really excited about those, and then hopefully we'll have some more for you as well. But let's jump straight into it. All right,
Yeah.
Season premiere. What did you think?
I was so excited for it. And I couldn't wait. I was like, yay! And I was not disappointed.
Yeah.
I like where they picked it up, that there's obviously only been, a few weeks to a few months that has happened.
2 months, they said. Yeah.
Since season 1 ended.
Yeah.
And yet we've got new characters. We've definitely had stuff happen in the interim that we picked up on pretty quickly. And oh my God, it was just so nice to hear that music. Oh,
right?
Yes. Which, if you're watching it with subtitles, it kept coming up spaghetti Western music.
Yes, that's exactly. I turned on the subtitles towards the last half just to try to get a few of the names that I hadn't caught. And I thought that just cracked up at the end when it said spaghetti Western music.
That was so funny.
Yeah.
So funny. Because the music in Warrior is just fantastic.
Yeah.
And so that pop-up was so funny. Oh, but oh my God, it was so good. So good. Oh.
It was. I mean, at the series premiere was okay. It took a couple episodes for us to get hooked, but they did not lose any of the momentum from the end of last year. This was really, really good. I am very excited to see where they take it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Makati Pants is back. Woo! Looking as good as ever.
Leaving very little to the imagination. Makati, no pants.
I will say at the end, when you see, so by the way, there are spoilers ahead. So if you haven't watched the episode, whatever. The end when he's like, they show him.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
If you haven't watched it yet.
When they show him and Mei Ling in that bed, and like they are like curved around each other, and the camera pulls away, and I thought, this is this really like sort of beautiful romantic shot, considering that last season she was with like this really gross old man, and then her and Makati Pants, I wasn't always sure was like a true romance as opposed to kind of like her sidekick booty call. But I thought it was a really sweet, like, not bad that they're both like beautiful people, but it was a tastefully like beautiful shot. I thought
it was really beautiful, and I'm sure having that drone lift up off the bed while I was lying there was very romantic.
So romantic.
It was a crane shot, but it was pretty funny. I'm like, wow, bedroom drone. Interesting possibilities.
Oh no. Yeah, it was good. So, all right. Kick to it. What do you want to start with? Favorite fight? Favorite emotional moment?
Let's start with emotional moment.
All right.
Because the fight is so good. So let's start with real build.
Okay. All right. Favorite emotional moment. Go.
You go.
That's unfair.
I chose where we were going. Now you go there.
Well, I mean, I honestly, I struggled with favorite emotional moment because for me, there wasn't like a big, like, obviously it was this one. There were a few little ones that I thought were really interesting. I thought Young Jun and Assam. Yeah, so when Assam proposes to him about maybe they should find a local buyer for the molasses, And you see young June have this moment, and he knows that this is going against his father's wishes. He knows he's not supposed to do this. And the way that he looks at Assam in deciding to trust him and follow his lead, I thought one of our interviewees, Jason Tobin, I thought he did a great job. And I can't wait to talk to him again about that, because that moment felt like such a small moment in the show, but a huge moment in that friendship.
Exactly.
And that
and
was
a huge moment in his life. I mean, he's
Yeah.
basically staging a coup
yeah.
in that little moment of decision. And that's funny, because that was my moment as well, was that whole
Really?
scene between the two of them.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you're right. It was difficult to find something just overtly emotional. There was a lot of really subdued stuff that went on between characters, but all of it very important.
Yeah.
And this was the thing. I mean, that's a game-changing decision that he just made. And that's, I'm undermining my father. I'm taking a huge risk here. Let's go. This is how it's gonna, this is how I'm gonna take over.
Yeah.
And then interesting that a little later on we get that whole, young June's not fit to take over. We know he's not going to do it. And Assam just, Assam's always got an ulterior motive.
Yeah.
And it really came through in that episode.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then what I really loved, even more than the importance of that moment right there, was the banter as they were walking off.
Yeah.
It was just so relaxed. And so, you got a little blood there. Oh,
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. Where?
Right here. Right here. I don't think it's mine. Yeah.
Yeah. It reminded me a lot of the scene between Scott and Stonebridge with the bow tie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I just thought that was funny. Yeah.
That's a good pair. I would say, yeah, I agree with that. I forgot to mention the other emotional moment was Chow getting so rattled by Bill.
Yeah.
And that when they took all his goods and they left the shop, just he was so rattled by that visit. And that, to me, I figured he had to know who it was, which he confirms, shortly thereafter. But I don't think we've seen him. He's a cool customer.
Exactly.
And that really shook him. And I was that will stick out to me, because that was huge.
Yeah. And right from the beginning, we see him sort of on shaky ground. We're used to him just being, the man who sits back and in many ways controls things that's going on and always has the information. But we see him, we're not used to him not having advance notice of what's going to happen. Right. And even if something was a surprise, he would never let on. He somehow always had the upper hand, and you could see it in his scenes in this episode that it's slipping away.
Oh yeah, he was sweating it big time. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. Okay.
And he's also, that Assam went to him, and now, okay, I'm putting this in the back pocket because I might need this information sooner than I think.
Right.
So yeah, it was so good to see these characters again.
I know. I miss them so much. It is good.
I can't imagine what it must be like for the cast, having filmed this so long ago.
Yeah, especially
this was almost in the can.
Yes,
when season 1 aired.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when we interviewed them, they were finishing then, having just finished. Yeah.
So it's been a long time waiting for this season, and the disappointment of what's happened in the interim. It's just gotta, but God, it's so good to have them back. And another emotional moment, realizing that Lee has some big time issues going on with the laudanum.
Oh yeah.
He looked like shit.
He looked like shit. Yeah. Now you bring up what's happened in the meantime, and I'm like, man, this means we're probably gonna end in another damn cliffhanger, and that's gonna be the end of the show. Because they had no clue. Fucking Cinemax. God damn you. Okay, anyways, your turn. Fight of the night.
Fight of the night. Oh, it has to be It has to be Toy, Mini-Me, and Awesome going on a
Yeah.
little vigilante run.
Oh my god.
I waited the whole episode. I'm like, come on, we have to have some of that tonight.
Yeah.
We
They even
have
did
to
the
have an
superhero
Awesome.
walk at the end.
Oh, to the spaghetti western
Yeah.
music. That was amazing. It was
Yeah.
just like, I waited all episode. I'm like, we have to see some Toy. You can't start this off without some Toy. And to know that they have this little, band of vigilantes now is just, it was so satisfying.
Yeah,
This
it
sounds
was.
really awful, but it was really satisfying seeing those racist assholes get it.
Yes, I was like, in real life, do I believe in vigilante violence? Obviously not. In this, it was, I'm like, kill them all. Yeah, especially because, I mean, it was very like the language they used.
Ugh.
They're coming in and stealing our jobs. They're coming here to rape our wives, as a loyal American or whatever. And I was like, I hope y'all die. And they did. It's interesting too, the way I thought in the fight, Atoy's mini-me. Atoy is fighting to protect the Chinese. Assam is fighting because he needs to fight. Atoy's mini-me, she likes to kill. I mean, that was written all over it. She was just like this adorable, terrifying little evil angel person. I don't know, like she just had this like smile on her face that was like, haha, you're dead. And yeah, that was crazy. It was good. Oh my god, it was so good.
Well, it was, and also the little sexist, a girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, let's cover all the isms and
Yeah.
wipe them out.
Yeah, right.
Great, dude. A girl's taking you down.
Yeah. Oh man, that was so good.
Fight.
Yeah. I was gonna say I love the shot of Atoy, the last guy that she kills with the sword, like in it, like just beautiful, just beautiful. I mean, murder is
shoving him down. Like,
yeah. Yeah, that was good. All right, what the fuck moment?
I don't know that I really had a big what the fuck moment. Did you?
So mine was less like a shocking moment and more like, what the fuck? When Buckley pulls up and they have him in the creepy blacked out carriage and he picks up the hooker and like all I could think was like, who wants to place bets on her coming back alive?
Yeah, definitely.
Because that was so creepy the way they did that, and like you can't see who's inside until she's like climbing in, and that was my, I think, yeah.
It was creepy. So nice having Buckley back.
Oh, he's
such
so
a
creepy.
jerk. He's so awesome. Oh, and I'm really,
You should try to get him on the podcast.
Oh yeah, he's on my list. You hear that, Langley? You're on the list.
Yeah.
Another Strike Back alum. I also really like that we seem to be getting more of the whole Irish slant of things.
Yeah.
And the sort of crooked union boss, and that's going to be interesting. Penny's sister, Sophie, was it?
Yeah.
And his connection, like if he figures out who she is, that's gonna get pretty complicated.
I mean, it's all complicated. You have like I don't know. I wrote down early on in the episode, I think we've seen more white people in this episode than we saw all last season, which is interesting, and I hope that that's not the trend, because I liked that was not the focus. But like the crazy pirate lady, Vega, I think is her name.
Yes,
that's what
Vega.
Who was like, I was like, whoo, hot, and then Atoy comes down the stairs in her red dress, and I was like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, what's up, Atoy? My God, her costumes are like each one gets more revealing and more revealing.
Yeah, man,
pretty wild costumes this season.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
and
There's a
Bill.
lot of wildness. I mean, blowing up. That was Mercer Steel, right? That they blew up.
I think, but I'm really not sure.
Yeah, I
I,
wasn't
I
sure, but it looked like where they were going before, where the Irish beat up the Chinese workers, I think.
yeah,
And it looked like, but I'm like, but a
but it
lot of
was
these
hard. Yeah,
buildings look the same. So
exactly. Like what for? And
they were
yeah.
blown up because they were employing Chinese, was what I got from that. But it'll be interesting to see Buckley's connection to him, and then like if the mayor knew that his wife's thing was gonna get blown. But yeah. Speaking of questions, what are your questions going forward?
Well, I'm as always. I'm interested to see where Bill goes because you know he's
He's not
pretty much
gambling. He's just collecting money from gamblers.
yeah. Right. Now he's not even paying off his debt.
Yeah.
Now he's actively employed. So he knows that money's going to be coming in.
Yeah.
So there's nowhere good this is going.
And his wife's not buying any of his shit.
Oh, no. And never has. But come on, Bill. Save yourself. Questions. Where do we go with Lee? Man, that's, you know,
Yeah.
he's already looking pretty ropey, so I can't imagine this is going. You know, and what's Bill going to do when he finds out, when he realizes, because clearly it's already affecting his work relationships
Yeah.
and his his health and yet he's the only one who really has any ability
To do police work? Yeah.
detective work.
Oh, well, they're the like the only thing going for you is your manners, and I was like, or the fact that he's the only one who understands how to investigate.
Yeah, but I mean, is he going to have to be? Is he going to cross that line to get more drugs? But I think
Is he
it was a
gonna
little
pull a
easier.
Wyatt on us?
I mean, is he going to move into this whole like getting opium from the Chinese?
Oh God.
That would be sad.
It'll probably be the cliffhanger for the end.
And what's Penny's sister? It's to
Yeah.
bring in that character. Like they've got to obviously have some sort of idea of changing that story a little bit because
Yeah.
Penny certainly seems to not be addicted to drugs, which
Yeah.
we were expecting.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. We'll be. The other thing was Chow's secret. Where Autoy
yeah.
says, "Are you going to check on your secret?" And he says, "Tomorrow." And I was like, what?
Well,
So I am intrigued what his secret is. Does he have a child or, something? That was I was curious if he was going to go. Yeah, if he has like a secret child somewhere. I don't know. Maybe he got some white woman knocked up. I don't know.
Interesting. I didn't even think about possibly a child.
Yeah. Maybe that's too wholesome. Maybe it's actually like something really terrible. Not that like a secret love child is that wholesome, but it might be for this show. I don't know. So yeah, lots going on, and then I mean, obviously you have crazy ties and yeah, it will be interesting to see how they all work together.
Yeah.
And if young June and doesn't disappoint his slap happy father.
Yeah, I mean, Young June did important stuff this week, but we didn't get Young June.
Yeah.
We're used to a lot more full on Young June.
Daggers out. And...
yeah. So I love that line. Like, you mean, what's the point of fighting without knives? Or
yeah.
It's like, that doesn't sound fun. So I think there's going to be some pretty exciting stuff coming June's way. And what's going to happen when he realizes that Assam's kind of playing both sides here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because young June's thinking we're going to be partners and all this. And
Right.
I don't think that's really where
And
Asam's coming
no,
from.
Asam's like, I'm gonna take over, and then we're gonna take down my sister or something. Is it what? I don't know. He's twisted right now.
Yeah.
He's got some shit he needs to work out, but
That was an interesting line from Mai Ling about, I was so obsessed with him not realizing who I am, and clearly I don't know who he is.
yeah,
So that was pretty telling line.
yeah. Yeah, she's great. I hope we get to see more of her next week, and not just because more of her means more Makati pants. Who I love the like when Asam
Yes.
said like you should have killed me or whatever, and she's like, oh, there's always tomorrow or something, or you're gonna regret you didn't kill me, and there's always tomorrow. And like when he turns and like they look, and Makati pants just like smirks at him, and I thought, you don't have to say
but then
anything.
Asam gives him the look like, you better hurry up.
Yeah.
Like, go on, little puppy dog, you better hurry up.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just love that.
Great.
I like that. It'll be interesting if we end with another fight between them. Come full circle. Yeah. So all in all, great season. We're ready, excited for the next 9. Excited to bring you guys some interviews. I'm excited to talk to Jason too, to pick his mind about Fast and Furious, which is absolutely stupidly one of my favorite movie franchises. And I was so excited when I saw the trailer, and I was like, the first time I saw it, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, that's Jason, and he's like, what? And I'm like, I know that guy. So yeah. So
how can you not love the Fast and Furious movies? I mean,
yeah.
That never would have been on my radar, but you start watching and you just can't stop.
Yeah.
They're just so ridiculous, but they're so awesome.
They are. And I think they are one of the few over-the-top, ridiculous action series that goes about it in such a way that it's not like Transformers is terrible. It's over the top. It's like they're trying to take themselves too seriously. Whereas Fast and the Furious is like, hell yeah, we're gonna have this guy punch a car and the car move. And yeah, we're gonna jump while the car is falling, and he's gonna make it somehow leap 10 feet up back to the road or whatever. And just total like we're not. This is what it is, and that's it's just fun. Yeah. So it'll be interesting. So yes, I'm excited to pick his brain about that.
Plus, he's done a lot in the since season 1.
He is fantastic, yes. Yeah. But it just so happens that he's in 2 of my favorite things. Okay, so those 2 I'm really excited about.
We didn't get any young June laugh.
Yeah, I actually read that, and I was like, I'm okay with this.
Oh, I was looking forward to it.
Oh, it's good stuff. But all right, well, I guess that's it for episode 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next week, episode 2.
Yeah.
Which looks like it's gonna be really good.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll catch you next time.
Thanks, and tune in next week for another Need to Know session at the Crib. Follow us on Twitter @StrikebackCrib. Out.